Good afternoon. You join me from the campsite again, and it is a very grim afternoon. It's absolutely pissing down out there. The whole campsite is pretty much flooded, to be honest with you. It's not good. It's not good at all. But I managed to get myself a spot, get some electric hookup going, even though I'm a million miles away from the hookup point. Luckily, I've got an extension lead which allows me to connect into my my hookup thing, so I'm so glad that I've kept that by. I was going to tuck that away because I never use it, but yeah, I'm bloody glad I did. Anyway, yeah, I've come down here just for a couple of nights just to rest up. I've got no real plans whatsoever because the weather's going to be terrible. Apart from all I'm going to do, I'm going to attempt making a couple of sausage rolls. Make of that what you will. Just purely just because, really, just because I want to give it. I just want to give it a go. Yeah, I didn't do any filming last week or the week before, I don't think. I mean, I'm not going to do it every week now because at the moment I'm only coming here and it's pretty repetitive, but I thought I'd get the camera out today and just record, even if it's a short vlog of what I'm doing. Regarding the whole breakup thing, I won't go into that, but if you're interested in how I'm feeling and my health and everything that's been going on, please take a look at my other channel. They're only short little videos, but they are a good little log of what I'm going through, and things have been rather difficult, but like I say, take a look at that channel. It's in the description below, and yeah, let me know what you think. If you've got any advice for me, then please get in touch. I've also left a email address on that channel as well, so you can email me directly if you've got any views or thoughts or whatever, just to say hello. That would be fantastic. Anyway, I'm not going to dwell on that too much. Like I say, I'm sat up here at campsite. It's pissing down with rain outside, heating's on, telly's on. I've got some nice food that I want to cook myself, and that's it. I'm just going to take it easy this weekend. So yeah, let's see what happens. Right, it's Saturday morning, as you can see, pissing down with rain, and I tell you what, there's some brave people about. There's some tents set up in there, and the grass is sodden. There's flood water all over the place, so they're quite brave for being in a tent during this weather, because it ain't stopped raining for a few days now, and I think it's setting for the day as well today. I'm glad that I've got myself a hard stand in and fixed my roof leak, otherwise I would have been in a bit of trouble. But yeah, it's not ideal to go camping, not at the minute, not in a tent anyway. But yeah, anyway, I'm just having a walk down to the town, burn off some calories, not after anything in particular, it's just a stroll. I know it's raining, I know I'm going to get wet, but still got to keep myself moving. Yeah, last night I made myself a little tiny chilli, nothing too complicated, just mince, a bit of sauce, kidney beans and some whole grain rice and a bit of sour cream. Is it sour cream? Yeah, that was quite pleasant. Didn't film any of that, and then just sat and watched TV until I dozed off. Quite a good night's kip as it goes. Been a while, but yeah, quite a relaxing night. Tell you what, I did walk to the toilet block this morning. I think it was about 6 o'clock, and it was snowing at that point. I'm very glad it didn't settle and cause any more problems. Rain's bad enough, but snow, nah, keep that away, thanks. Right, I'm back at the van now. It just started to rain, and there was quite a few people in the town, and I was just getting a bit overwhelmed. Plus there was police in the town as well. They had cut a bit off, sectioned it off and turning people away, so God knows what happened there. I hope everyone's okay. But yeah, I get a bit overwhelmed, as I think I've told you before. When it gets too busy, the anxiety sort of kicks in, and it's like I don't enjoy the walk. I need to get away. So yeah, I mean, I'm still forcing myself to go out to have a walk, but sometimes it's a bit awkward. I've done about 3 miles anyway, so that'll do for today. Yeah, that's it really. I think I'm gonna have some lunch, and then a bit later on this afternoon I'll attempt cooking some sausage rolls. Now I'm going to do it a real fucking cheating way. What I've got is I've got a bunch of sausages, and I'm going to cut the skins off, and I'm going to mush them up and then put them into oh, what do you call it, the puff pastry. It's like the instant puff pastry, so you just roll it out, put your filling in, glaze it with an egg wash, and then cook it. So I think I've got some mixed herbs in my cupboard which I will add to the mixture and bits and pieces, but other than that it's going to be very basic. But hey, I just didn't want to go out and buy all the mincemeat and loads of different bits and pieces, do you know what I mean? So I thought, get the sausages that have already got the crap in it, and then that will do, or at least I hope it will. Someone's done it before. I've seen it on I see it on a YouTube short, I think, of someone having a go like that, and I thought, yeah, that'll do. I'll have a crack at that. Something to do. It'll either work or it won't, but I'll give it a go, and I'll let you know how I get on. Right then, we have some caramelized red onion sausages. I've got some mixed herbs, and I've got some Just Roll puff pastry sheets, and hopefully that is going to be enough to make some sausage rolls. And I've got some eggs, so I can mix up a egg wash in there. I've got one of them, I'm not sure what they're called, to be honest with you. You know, the brushes that you put the glaze and that on. I've got one of them, so I think I've got all that I need. I'll heat the oven up to 185 and see what happens. I'm not expecting fucking miracles here. You know, it's not going to be a very good job. They might even be bloody horrible, but it's worth a try, just for something to do, really, just to break up the monotony of just camping out in the rain. Do you know what I mean? Just, I don't know, just something to do, keep me busy, I guess, you know. And if they turn out okay and they're edible, happy days. So let's get started and give it a try. Now, I'm not sure whether you're going to see this too well, but apparently I have to get the sausages out of the skins. So I'm going to do it down here and see what happens. Right, oh yeah, they come off easy enough, that's okay. There we are, there's the skin. I shall file that down there. Now I've got a few to do. It's not the nicest job in the world, but hey. Okay, so we've done 4 sausages. I'm going to get a bit of kitchen roll, because I've got to mush these up with my hands. I'm not going to use all 6 sausages. I'm going to save those 2 for normal eating purposes. Get rid of the skins, put them in the bin. They're out the way. Lovely. Right, so let's get my hands in there and mush them up. That is not a very nice feeling. That's a bit grim. I'm sure there'll be people watching this, or not watching this, you never know. Or someone might see it in the future and think, Gary, you're a dirty git. That's wrong, you shouldn't have done that at all. There we are, that's mushed up now. Let me show you, it's just nicely mushed up. Get the kitchen roll while I do my hands. Because I've got to do it again now, because I forgot to put the mixed herbs in, didn't I? Not a good start at all. Look at that, I can't even open it. What on earth am I doing wrong here? There we are. Don't panic, lid's off. Right, so we'll sprinkle a bit of that on. Not too much. and then go for it again and mix it all in. Smells nice. So there isn't that much meat here. Maybe I should have done those other 2 sausages, but I don't want to make too many sausage rolls because I'll just end up eating them all. Right, there we are. That is done. Let's put that aside for the minute. And let's have a look at this. I might have stored this wrong because this just roll stuff was frozen, but I've kept it in a fridge, so I'm hoping it will be okay. Never used it before. I don't know nothing about this sort of stuff. Let's get it open. Oh, I see. Comes in one big, whatever you call that, sausage shape. Let's open it up. I don't think my chopping board's big enough to do this really, but we'll have to make do. What's that? Okay. There it is. So I'm not sure how much I need. I suppose you should measure it out really. Right, let's go with that. Spin it round because I ain't got room to cut it that end. Run the knife down the edge. Beautiful, beautiful. There we are. Now I can't remember, did I see them glaze the inside? I don't think I did. I don't think you have to do that. No. Okay, right. Let's get the mince, or the sausage, whatever you want to call it, and start splodging it in. Apparently I've got to make a line of it. Like I say, I could have done a lot more if I'd bought more sausages, but I didn't want to do that. I'm not sure whether you can see that or not. You probably can't, so what I'll do, once I've cleaned my hands, I'll put that into focus and show you what I've done. It looks relatively neat and tidy, I think. Yeah. Okay, right. Move that out the way. Go back to the hand cleaning. Right, let me just pick you up and show you what it looks like. That is it at the minute. Put you back on there. Right, now we need to do that egg wash thing. I'm sure it's called an egg wash. I might be completely wrong with that and all, but who knows, whatever. I know what it's meant to be. I know I am going to need a fork to mix that up a bit. Let's get a fork. There we are, that looks good. Well, I think it looks good. I'm going to glaze the inside of it as well. Maybe it will make it stick a bit better. I don't know. Let's whack that on. Please don't laugh at me for doing this. I'll take the piss. Like I say, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing it to kill some time, take my mind off things. So that's that. There we are. That's the outside done. Put that there for a moment. Now I think I've made it a bit too big actually. Let's tuck that in there. I'm going to cut. I've got a bit of excess there. I'm going to cut that off because I don't need that. Otherwise that'll end up being more pastry than sausage. Let's get rid of that. I'm sure there's some professional people out there watching me thinking, my God, he's making a cock up of that. Never mind. I say it's all for a bit of fun. I'm gonna laugh. Let's get it off this paper. And move it that way. Alright, so we're now going to glaze the top. Give that a bit of a coating. There we are, that's alright, that's covered. Now if I remember rightly, we seal it up, push it down with a fork. Okay. Still think there's a bit too much pastry on here, but it doesn't matter. I'm very curious to see how this turns out. Oh. To be fair, it doesn't look overly bad. Grab the camera and show you again. You look at that, I don't think it's too bad. Yeah. Anyway, let's get it in the oven, and once it's done its thing, I shall show you. Oh, I've got to score the top, haven't I? That's right. I'm sure there was something across the top just to make some lines with a knife. Not quite sure why or what that does, or do I have to go right through the pastry? Who knows? Anyway, it's got some lines on. Let's do that. Right, I will bring you back once it's done. Okay, it's out the oven, and again I forgot about the level of control that I've got or haven't got on the oven. So the temperature gauge is very it's not the best. It's like off, minimum and maximum, and that's it. That's all you can do. There's nothing else. So I have to sort of do a bit of jiggery pokery with it to try and get it to where I need it to be. I've got to get myself one of those what do you call them, the probe thermometers that you can put in your food and monitor it from the outside. I really need one of them. That'll be a help. The only thing I have got at the minute is this little thing. It sits inside the oven, but it's not the best, to be honest with you. But anyway, the sausage roll is out and it don't look too bad. The underneath is a little bit a little bit charred, but yeah, it's not too bad. I'm just letting it cool at the minute before cutting it open and giving it a go. Let me show you. See, to be honest, judging by appearances, it doesn't look that bad at all in the slightest. Like I say, the underneath is a little bit darker, but it's not burnt, but it's a little bit darker. But I think it's turned out okay. I just hope that the sausages I've used have done the job, you know. That's what worries me. There's a lot of grease inside those sausages, isn't there? So who knows. Anyway, I shall once I cut it open, I'll bring you back and let you have a nosy. Right, I've cut it open. Let me just show you before I take a bite. I say, don't look too bad. The taste test will say it all. I'm gonna have to get a plate for it though, because it's puff pastry and it's very crumbly. And like I say, there is definitely some grease underneath. It's not too much, but anyway, let's take it over to my table and give it a go. Right, here we go. Don't look too bad. Feels nice and fluffy. Let's give it a go. I don't think it's too bad, but I think because they're caramelised onion sausages, I can just taste them, and it just reminds me of having them in a normal dinner. So it's okay, but I think I should have done it the proper way and got the mincemeat and all the bits and pieces. The only reason I didn't is because I didn't want to buy all the ingredients and I was being fucking lazy. That's the whole reason behind it. And I see someone on YouTube making it like this, so I thought that's what I'd do. The pastry's really nice. But yeah, I'm not sure whether the caramelised onion sausages do it much justice. But hey, it's not too bad. I shall eat it, definitely. Not all in one go because it's quite big, but anyway, there we are. I'm glad I've had an attempt. First time in my life at making a sausage roll. Exciting, I know. Time for a quick journey outside to the bin, which is right at the entrance of the campsite, and I'm right at the back this time. But I'll tell you what, having a bin just makes all the difference when you're in a van. You know, just disappearing and managing to dump your rubbish without any problems whatsoever. Oh, it's a fucking godsend. Otherwise, you know, you got to hunt around for a bin or carry it with you for a bit, and I can't be doing with that. So it's definitely nice to come here at the weekend and just sling the rubbish away with ease. I know it sounds so fucking stupid, doesn't it? Because everybody's so used just to putting their rubbish in the bin and it's gone. You know, when you're in a van, you have to plan ahead a bit. Do you know what? I wish I took my camera with me. I was walking down to the bin, just as I said, and there's a massive fish and chip van pulled up. Renault Master, bigger than what I got. It's probably bigger than a normal ambulance. You know what I mean? A big square ambulance, bigger than that. And he drove on the fucking grass in this weather. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. So he went forward and got stuck, and then tried coming backwards, just fucking spinning his wheels until, no, that's it, game over. So he's sat there now. I think someone's going to come and tow him off, but they've got no choice really. But I can't get my head around the mentality of some people. I mean, there's enough tarmac here to spin round and, I don't know, reposition yourself without driving across the grass. I mean, his full vehicle. It was just, I just knew it was going to happen the minute he done it. But fucking hell, some people, I mean, oh, I guess, you know, I feel kind of sorry for him in a way, but a bit of common sense, you know, he should have just took over, and he must have thought to himself, no, I'm not going to make it. I'll, you know, do a few more manoeuvres to get into the position that I need to be in. But no. Oh, but the only time I don't take my camera with me, that happens. Oh well, never mind. I've just been talking to a chap that works here on the campsite, and he was asking me about you know, being full-time in a van and all that sort of stuff. He's full-time himself, and he works around various locations throughout the year, but he's based himself up in Scotland. And I says, you're a lucky man. I says, I'd love to be up there. I says, but you know, it's about work, isn't it? You know, finding work and a way to support your way of life. You know, I'm willing to take a bit of a pay cut, but I need to earn enough money to keep paying the bills, you know, running the van and paying my debts off, really. That's the biggest thing. But he did say to me, he says, a lot of people don't realise when you go up to North, I think it was North Scotland or Glencoe or something like that, he said there's loads of work. He goes, but people don't like to stay there. A lot of people sort of go there for a quick fix, you know, do a little bit of work and then bugger off again. He goes, but he's never had a problem getting work up there. He says there's loads of different bits and pieces to do. And that sounds quite interesting. You know, I'd love to do something like that. And I think once I get all this health stuff sorted that's going on with me, you know, the blood pressure and the panic attacks and all these bits and pieces that I've got happening, then maybe that's something I should look into doing, you know, moving forward, you know, leaving Stevenage behind, disappearing somewhere right up north and living out the final chapter of my life somewhere else, you know, trying to find myself, become a little bit happier, you know, because I hate the idea. I really do hate the idea of being stuck in the same location for the rest of my life. I've been doing the job that I'm at now. This is my 31st year, you know, and that is all I know. That's all I've ever done. I've seen many different changes, and as I said before, it's a role that used to bring me a lot of joy, but it doesn't now because so many things have changed, you know. The job that I once loved is just become something that is non-enjoyable anymore, through no fault of the place that I'm working at. It's just an evolution of time, I guess. But anyway, yeah, it don't bring me any enjoyment. So I could stay there. I mean, I'm safe there and secure there, you know, and carry on working there until I retire, or I take a leap of faith and go try something new. You know, my friend down on the Jurassic coast there has said to me, there's work that I could probably do down there, you know, and I could go stay down there, and it'd be nice to have a friend nearby. I mean, that would be fantastic. But then now just talking about Scotland, and Scotland's a place that I've been to twice, and that was only as a courier's mate, so I didn't really get to stop and look around. But watching other people's YouTube videos and things on the TV about Scotland, I think it's a place that needs to be explored. So I must admit that after a conversation with this guy, I am absolutely tempted to do something like that, you know, to make that big fucking change as soon as I get my health issues sorted out, you know. Anyway, yeah, I thought I'd get that off my chest. It was a very interesting conversation with him, and it was a lovely guy, absolutely lovely guy. And some people like that, you know, that step into your, just cross your path, I guess, and give you a bit of advice. I think we need that, you know. I think we get so set in our ways about, we work in one place, we stay at that place, you know, we have our dinner at a certain time, we do this at a certain time, and then you get institutionalized in life. And I think that's what was happened to me, you know. And I moan about it all the fucking time, and that's not good. The only person that can do anything about it is me, so maybe that's the answer. Anyway, that's it. That's all I've got to report. I'm going to sit back. I've got my Greek yogurt here with some blueberries in it, and I'm going to sit and carry on watching some YouTube for a bit. So I'll speak to you later. Good morning. It is Sunday. I've just been out and got cleaned up, went and had a shower. Everywhere is still sodden and muddy and horrible here. It's horrible. It's really fucking grim, to be honest with you. And it is so busy as well. I don't think there's any hard standings left at all on this site. But obviously some people with the bigger vans have managed to get caught up in the corner of their you know, their pitch, and get on the grass and make a bit of a mess. So there's fucking mud everywhere, you know. Even even just walking to the toilet block, you end up getting covered in mud. It's yeah, it's a bit grim. I am looking forward to a few nice days, you know. But saying that, by the time the nice weather comes, I'm going to be back down the other campsite. You know, there'll be no electric hookup or showers, but it will be cheaper. So you know, I'm not gonna moan at that. Anyway, I'm just gonna make the most of my remaining time before I have to shoot off. I'm cooking those last 2 sausages. I'm gonna have them in a sandwich, and then I'm gonna start packing away, ready for a trek back to Stevenage to go and get my supplies for the week. And yeah, that'll be that again. It fucking fascinates me how quick the weekend goes when you're a working man. You know, it just goes so quick. And yet when you're at work in the week, it just takes a lot of time to get to the weekend again. It's so disappointing. This is what I was on about last night, you know, pissing off to Scotland, doing something else that would entertain me, you know, maybe working a few less hours in a nicer location, you know. Getting out of the rat race completely would be the idea, but I'm fucking well far away from that, unless a miracle happens with a lottery win or something. But anyway, there we are. What can you do? Right, anyway, I'm going to enjoy my sandwich and might watch a bit of TV. I've just finished watching The Big Bang Theory again for probably the 100th time now, and I've just started to watch 2.5 Men. Now, I've never watched that all the way through, ever. I've watched a few episodes here and there, but never watched it from the beginning, so I'm starting that now. A bit of easy watching, innit, you know, keep me entertained. Yeah, there we are. Exciting stuff, eh? Okay, there we are, all packed up, sorted out, ready to disappear. I've charged everything up, so that we're good to go. Now I've just got to head back to sunny Stevenage, go get my supplies and prepare for the week ahead. Fucking hell, again. I'm sure 2 minutes ago it was Friday, but there we are, never mind. I'm not going to moan about that, because I do that a lot, don't I? I do moan a lot. And I'm well within my fucking rights at the minute, that's what I say. Yeah, I'm allowed to be a miserable bastard. Anyway, let's get out of here. Got into van life when I was younger. I left home when I was 17, and I wish I'd have done this sort of straight away. But I hadn't even heard of it then. I knew there was a community of van lifers quite big in the 80s, I think it was. But it never really, it didn't resonate with me up until a lot later in life. But I do wish I'd started van life earlier. If I'd have got straight into living into a van, I think I would have had a lot more money and bits and pieces. But there we are, weren't meant to be. Now I'm a middle-aged fucking man with health issues, so I've got to try and make the best of it, and hopefully find another way to earn money so I can escape my job and feel a bit more free. That's the idea, that's the plan. asked me why do I keep going back to Hertford campsite, and the reason being is because it's just the cheapest place to go at the minute. I've been on whatever it is, the Caravan and Motorhome Club website and the other one, and I do research on there, but some of the prices for 2 nights, right? There was one, I can't remember where it was, I think it might have been Henlow Bridge Lakes. I think it was £60 for a hard standing for 2 nights, and then another £16 on top of that for your electric. I mean, that's a bit fucking much, that is. That's a bit steep, isn't it? You know, considering you can get it quite a bit cheaper at Hertford. I mean, I'd happily go to another site, like I'm going to go back up to Radwell once it opens up, but I'll use the Orchard. I won't use the electric hookup because I've got all that I need. But there isn't anywhere open like that at the minute, you know, because it's too wet. So we're getting fleeced on some of these campsites. Really are. Some of them are ridiculous prices, and they're not even that bloody good. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's why I keep going back to Hertford. I know it's not the bee's knees, but I like it. The price is reasonable for 2 nights with electric, and you've got access to showers and toilets, and there's a laundrette and all that stuff there. So I'm quite happy going there. Plus, it's not too far away. So that's why I do that, especially through the winter months. Once summer gets here, then it'll be different. I'll be down at Radwell where it's a lot cheaper, you know. But yeah, that's why I keep going back to Hertford. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to travel around a bit more, but it adds up, you know. The money adds up going to campsites. But I do have to do it because it's just nice to do. Nice to go to a site that's safe and secure, and dump off your rubbish, replenish your water, recharge your batteries in your van and in yourself, you know. So that's why I do what I do. That is it. I've done my shopping, got all my supplies for next week. I'm going to go and park up somewhere now and rest up, and that'll be that. Start counting down the hours till I have to put the uniform back on and go work in the morning. Sorry, I'm thinking about that quite a lot today. I think that's the trouble with a weekend. You get to Friday and you think, yeah, it's Friday, happy days, you know, great, you know, a couple of days off. And then it's Saturday and you're enjoying your Saturday, and then you realise it's like, you get to Saturday evening, you think, oh bloody hell, it's Sunday tomorrow. And then every time Sunday hits, instead of it being an enjoyable day off, it's just a time where you know that Monday morning's fast approaching. It's such a shame, isn't it? I do struggle with a Sunday. So in effect, when you think about it, I suppose you only get one clear full day off over the weekend, and that is your Saturday. It's depressing, so depressing. Anyway, that's enough fucking moaning. I keep doing it, don't I? I keep fucking moaning. I can't escape it. I'm a miserable fucking bastard. I'm a miserable middle-aged man now, you know. What has happened to me? I wasn't always like this. Through my 20s and 30s, I was quite an upbeat sort of chap, you know, but I don't know, as the years have gone by, I've got more and more bloody miserable. Anyway, never mind. We'll escape it one day. Right, that's it. I shall speak to you again soon, hopefully. I don't know what I'm doing next weekend. I have no idea yet. I ain't got a clue. We'll see. We'll wait and see. But anyway, thanks for watching.